Welcome to another Senator Shope's Snapshot of the Week. I'd like to begin by mentioning a very important decision that was brought by Senate Republicans this week. Dr. Teresa Ann Cullen, the governor's extremist nominee for the Arizona Department of Health Services, was rejected by the Senate, ensuring the state will not experience a repeat of big government overreach during a public health crisis. Dr. Cullen's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic while serving as Pima County's health director was a subject of disturbing revelations in last week's Senate Committee on Director Nominations. At last week's committee hearing, we heard some pretty damning testimony, which was only exacerbated by Dr. Cullen's lies. The failure of the Hobbs administration is exemplified by the nomination of such a candidate. Therefore, I urge Governor Hobbs to serve Arizonans more effectively. According to ARS 38-211, Dr. Cullen shall not be appointed, and the governor shall promptly propose another candidate who meets the qualifications for the position. I will be sure to follow up on this topic and keep you informed of the next director of the Arizona Department of Health as soon as she nominates that individual. Next, we held a press conference on Wednesday to urge Governor Hobbs to support inflation relief for our state's hardworking residents who are struggling to make ends meet in the face of historic inflation. Sponsored by Senators Steve Kaiser and Representative Neil Carter, SB 1184 and HB 2067, a municipal tax exemption on residential leases, would eliminate rental tax for tenants that they pay on their monthly bills. This tax can range anywhere from $20 to a couple $100 a month, which is money that Arizona residents could use to pay medical bills, food and gas, and other necessities that many in our state are struggling to afford. This is an excellent bill, and I urge Governor Hobbs to sign it in order to provide much-needed relief. Lastly, the Director of Economic Security is responsible for developing and revising annually a statewide plan and initiating statewide programs and services for people with developmental disabilities. These services include child, adult, residential, and resource services. A resident of Arizona with a developmental disability supported by medical and psychological documentation is eligible to apply for DES-operated, licensed, and supervised developmental disabilities programs, services, and facilities. This is why I'm the sponsor of Senate Bill 1225. It appropriates a total of $83 million from the State General Fund and $156 million from the Department of Economic Security's own expenditure authority for provider rate increases for services to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, home and community-based services, and the Arizona Early Intervention Program. This is a very crucial piece of legislation, and I was pleased to see so much support for it in committee this week. Make sure you follow me on social media platforms listed at the end of the video, and come back next week for more on another Senator Shope's Snapshot of the Week.